You're listening to Talking Raptors on Raptors Republic. 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 Talking Raptors on Raptors Republic.
Welcome to episode 4, season 8 of Talking Raptors. Barry Taylor here with Nick Reynolds. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing as good as I can for what I've seen from our team.
Yes. Just had some chicken. We're going to discuss that soon, but I feel comfortable right now.
I'm not stuffed. I
Not
feel
bad
good.
at all. Chicken Republic.
Chicken Republic, as always.
Going deep.
Shout out to the Colonel. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Popeye. Shout out to the child that is singing in the hallway right now. I don't know if you can pick that up, but
something's going on out there.
it's a demon outside.
Broadcasting, as always, on Raptors Republic, raptorsrepublic.com.
Get your sixes. Come get your sixes. We got a 6 from here, six over there, six from a
Drake,
6.
here's your royalty money. Drake, you said Drake's back in Toronto? I was seeing stuff. I thought he was in the Bahamas.
I don't know where he's going with his ACL, but I know Kyrie's tied to Drake, so I think Drake is trying to take down the fucking other teams in the NBA. Shout out to our goddamn global ambassador.
He's doing his job.
All over the globe,
He's
spreading COVID,
putting in work. Good for him.
taking players out the league.
Thing 1.
The West Coast road trip has been going okay.
Yeah. Lots of moral victories, huh?
Loving the moral victories.
That's what we are now.
Was completely fine with the Phoenix loss, to be honest, just because how well everyone played.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix was like, what was it, like 15 for or 13 for 16 or something from 3 in the third. Like, it was insane.
They
no
went
one's
ham,
beating
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And full transparency, I kind of like Phoenix too.
Me too. Dude, every 2K season I've ever done, I draft Devin Booker higher than he's supposed to be in the game. Every time.
Whoa.
I just love him. I love Devin Booker, man.
It's a fun team. The Sacramento win was great. That first quarter was terrifying. Sacramento shot 82%, was just basically going in for layups.
Yeah, deep in my soul, I knew there was no way this is the goddamn I think I wrote that in a text to you. I'm like, this is the goddamn Sacramento Kings. There's no way in hell they're gonna shoot this well for the entire game. But
It was a low point though, that first quarter. Like, that was just like, there was like a lot of looking in the mirror, you know, like, who are we really?
yeah, I'm like, we don't even need to tank. We're just gonna just play like this, man. Well, we don't need to tank.
Wasn't good, but again, turned it around. Big win, felt good.
Yeah, man. We're not in a good spot when you big win over Sacramento, right? Like it's not a good. We're not doing well.
That is a low bar.
We got the Sacramento Kings. We got their number.
Golden State game, little frustrating. Obviously, not the outcome wanted. Any thoughts on that game at all? Or? Here's a positive. Fred VanVleet shut down Steph Curry.
Once again. That's what he does, man.
That was
That's always great to see, especially because
So
Steph
good.
was coming off the fucking flamethrower of a game.
Yes.
And we stopped. We put that fire out a little bit. Didn't get the result we want. I don't know. I don't know where when do we start talking about this, Barry? I don't know.
Well, then the follow-up to that was, of course, the Portland game, where there was just an epic collapse, and then the missed shot at the end.
Mm-hmm. So so the Warriors game, Pascal took the last shot, but it was not drawn up for him to do so. That was a play call for one of the guards that got blown up, and Pascal had to do what Pascal had to do.
Okay.
And he got a good look. I'm not mad at it.
No.
I really want Pascal to sit down and watch 10,000 hours of Dirk Nowitzki footage.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if you're doing that, like your fade away with your leg up, watch some Dirk, baby.
Oh yeah. I mean, learn from the master.
That's
right?
that's all you got to do. If this is what we're doing, if we're taking these shots, that's what I'm saying. If this is what we've cemented in, like Pascal's taking these shots now, well, we gotta get better at the shots. Then that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next night in Portland, epic collapse, which was painful.
Yep, we should not have been in the situation we were at the end of the game.
Right.
To even bring this discussion up, we should not have been there.
But then it happened.
Hey, sometimes it does.
You know? And Siakam, amazing game, triple-double, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Point forward Siakam is fucking awesome.
he's great. He's an all-star. He's going to be an all-star for years to come.
Get that kid running downhill, good things will happen.
Yes.
However,
However, he did not.
If he's not going downhill,
He may not be a closer yet.
I mean, he's not.
Let me preface this with two things. One, tweeted this, I think it was during the Sacramento game. I don't know. It was one of these games. But how about Fred is option 1, Siakam's option 2, Kyle Lowry does whatever he wants, and approach the games like that? How does that sit with you?
It's just fine. I think Pascal is option 1, but at the end of the game, Pascal is not a set D ISO guy. He's not. He never has been. He's just not that guy. Whether he'll get there in years to come, that's not what we're talking about, right? Like, we know he's going to grow and he's going to get better. That's what he's done his entire life. But if you've watched this guy play basketball, that is not his skill set.
Yes.
So if we're going ISO on the last play of the game, give it to Fred. Fred's an ISO guy.
Absolutely.
In fact, so much that fans yell at him because he dribbles the fucking ball too much.
He's also having a better offensive year than Pascal right now, up to this point. And he can make his own shot. And I will say, I bet if he was not little, I bet if he was 6'6", this would be a no-brainer. Everyone would be on board with this. He'd be like, yeah, make him, but he's short, so it's like, I don't know if I want
And to be fair, it is harder for him to get a shot. Of course, that's what he's dealt with, being fucking 6'1" his entire life.
But as you say, though, about Siakam, he's not like an ISO guy, and he thrives when he's not the main option, when he's running around and, like, you know, booking up the court, or like he's running around like a freaking deer. You know what I mean? You're just like, let that man roam, leak out, catch a rebound, all that stuff. So then that's when he thrives, because Van Vliet's the first option.
Right.
And then Kyle Lowry can be Kyle Lowry. And I'm just saying, let's give it a shot. I think it lets people sit in their natural positions.
Do what you're good at.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know, so Siakam missed the shot, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not in a good mood.
A game, the play was a post up. We were post up game winner.
It was nice though. It was another isolation play for Pascal Siakam.
It was a post up. What is this? 1998.
It was a lot. There was just so many things, and it was, of course, on top of the collapse. And we talked about this last week. The thing that I was losing my goddamn mind in the bubble was like just the relentless hammering of the ball to Siakam, you know, during the game, to be like, no, he's our franchise player. It has to go through him. And I was just like, this is not what the Raptors or the Spurs or any team that finds success does. They don't focus on one guy, because then it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't, like, especially nowadays.
It doesn't work for guys like that. I mean, like,
yeah,
it would work for if Kawhi was on the team, because that's what he does, homie.
Right,
like,
but I mean, it doesn't even work for Harden. Like, how many titles? You know what I mean? Like, they're not winning a lot, and he's scoring 50 points. But it's like, it can't be one guy. You know? So, he misses the shot, and then I just tweeted. I was like, yo, I love, and so yeah, it was me who put out the tweet. I guess we should clarify that, because
it doesn't matter. But
I was like, I love the man. I think he's amazing. But like, let's look at some other options for the last shot, right? Because it's coming back to like the Dwayne Casey out of the timeout. It's going to be an ISO play, and every team knows it. Every team knows now that the ball's going to Siakam, and it's not working. So it's like, why can't there be a two-man game going? Why can't Lowry be a leak out option? You know, why? Like, why or do they keep relentlessly hammering it through Siakam? And I said, you know, let's change it up. Let's try something different.
Something else, yeah.
And to be honest, most people retweeted or, you know, liked or whatever. It was fine. And then a friend of the podcast, Casey Benjamin, was
Shout
like,
out to Casey.
He's a boy. He's a great dude. Everyone loves Casey. And he's like, yo, you can't shit on or don't blame Siakam. He had a triple-double tonight. And
I think you said your crosshairs are on the wrong person, which is fire, which is great. Just a great line.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was like, it goes back to like further than this, which we talked about last week, where it's like this relentless forcing of Siakam, because And I think it even has to like Kawhi left. So like, okay, well, he's our Kawhi. Like he's our guy now. We'll give him. He's going to be the franchise player. And it's just like, yo, pass the ball, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, which we never ever do on our Twitter account. I replied to the tweet, not thinking because again, Casey's buddy. Like we're shoot the shit with the guy on and then that just opens the floodgates. And then everyone's like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah,
I was like,
man.
I should never. Because we never reply to tweets for this reason. Because
exact
it just
reason. Yeah.
opens the goddamn. It's like bringing out a bag of French fries at a beach, and you see a seagull. You're like, oh hey buddy, here's one, and then before you know it, you're surrounded by shithawks.
Yeah, you
right?
fucking vultures.
So he's like, you can't. And I was like, dude, like show me a clip of him hitting a game winner. And he posted the game 6 win, which, I mean, I was again. If you look, like I was saying, a last second.
That's a game clinching shot,
Yeah.
not a game winning shot.
Exactly. Like I was saying, end of the game, last shot,
Walk off, baby.
walk off.
Yeah.
And somebody did post one from like
The Suns, yeah?
that Suns game. And I'm like, I was like, you're right. I forgot about that one. That was one.
Yep.
Okay, but 2 things. The game 6, yes, that was huge. Obviously, they won a goddamn
One of the
title.
biggest shots in
Ever.
franchise history.
Franchise history. There was like 30 seconds left. It did come out of a timeout, yes, but it was like the ball was chucked back to Lowry and they set it up like a half-court offense, right? And then he, schooled Draymond, which was amazing. It was fucking great. But that's kind of like exactly the point. Is what I'm trying to say is like Siakam wasn't the best guy on the court. Kawhi
Right.
Leonard was the best guy on the court. They passed the ball to Siakam.
Attention was on
You know what I'm saying?
Kawhi, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Everyone assumed the ball is going to Kawhi
Yeah.
Leonard's hand, and when it didn't go there, a little wrench in the gears of,
100%.
I got you.
And if you look at game 6, what does every Raptor fan that watched that and preached to this day? It was four guys had 20 points, and like I think it was Ibaka had 18 or something like that, right? Like it was spread out. It wasn't like Kawhi had 50, and then which is exactly what I'm trying to say. Is like
Team ball.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So that to post the game 6 thing is not what I was talking about. First of all, I was saying a clutch walk-off shot.
A walk-off, not a game clincher. Yes, he won the game with that shot. Sure, but there was still time on the clock.
There's still time on the
when
clock.
anything could happen. Yeah.
You were already up, first of all. Then he hit that.
Correct.
They went up by 3, and then the other team has Steph Curry, so it was not over, right?
No.
And there was 5 seconds left. But it just almost reiterates exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, they didn't pass to Kawhi Leonard. That's exactly the fucking point. And then the Phoenix one, when he did do it, it was amazing, right? But this was January 2019. He was not the most improved player. He was not the second option even really at that point yet, right? And that game, I remember that game. He didn't have the best game. Like I think Ibaka had a better game than him. And yeah, Kawhi was load managing, but it's like, again, they went to a different option. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
that's what's
100% understand what you're
driving
saying.
me fucking crazy. It's like since the bubble is this relentless pounding it through Pascal Siakam, and it's like, and in his defense, it's bullshit because it's like he's like, yo, everyone knows I'm gonna get the ball. Can you?
I honestly was fucking heartboken for that kid, man. Both to see how upset he was at himself. Like
But sorry, go ahead.
just the pressure. Like the Raptors thrived. The reason we won a fucking title by bringing in Kawhi Leonard because our team was so strong.
Exactly.
It wasn't one guy came in and he's like, give me the fucking ball.
Exactly.
Hop on my back. We're going to the fucking dance, boys.
Exactly.
It was a full team. It was a culture that was built to share the ball. Everyone fucking come, put on your hard hat. We're going to work.
Game 6 and that final play of Siakam, or not the final play, but that late play of Siakam scoring is exactly what I'm talking about.
So whatever's happening now, it's we have like superstar withdrawal. And because Siakam got paid what he got paid, it's like, no, bro, you're the guy now. Let's go, right?
I hate that.
I know.
I hate it so much.
But it's the reality, right? Like that it
But it
is
doesn't
what
have
it
to be,
is.
though.
It's the reality. It's the perception, I should say. It's the perception. You got the big money. You're the best guy on the floor. You got to take all the big shots. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Who makes that?
But I will say this: you can't have it both ways. right? So you can't argue for, oh man, he's the best player. He rimmed out, give him time, keep going, and then get mad at people that criticize him
Right.
because you're the main guy. You're the highest paid guy. You're the guy. You take good and bad, and right now it's fucking bad because we're 2-8. So it's got to go both ways, man.
And I agree with what you're saying earlier, though, is I feel bad for him because it's not, he's like, guys, I became amazing because I wasn't the focus, and now you're making me the focus. And who hit the game-winning shot for Portland? CJ McCollum.
Yeah, he's playing better than Dame, though.
Yeah, guess what? Dame's making, I mean, this year their contracts are kind of similar, but for the next 5 years, Dame's making $13 million more than CJ McCollum.
When you think of the team, you think,
know what I mean?
You think it's Dame's team. Yeah.
Who hit the game-winning shit for Golden State? Was it Steph Curry? No, it was the fucking shithead that did the kick out on the 3-point. I can't think of his name right now. Either way, though, it's just like
Damian Lee. That's
Damian Lee, you
his
know what I mean?
brother-in-law, man. That's his.
But it's like, what are we doing here? It's like, why other teams are beating us using their other players, and we're like, no, it has to be Siakam.
Okay, so in the Warriors game, that for sure that play was not for Siakam. That was Draymond being a fucking G and knowing, hey man, he's coming around this back screen. Like you can literally see Draymond switch here, switch there. Draymond knew exactly what play that we were trying to run, and it just he busted up. So Pascal had to fucking do what Pascal had to do, and it was good luck, man. That kid can make those shots. Good luck. The Portland one, I don't think that was a great look at all, and that was for Siakam to post up, which he can do, but you're not gonna get a foul call. You're not gonna. It's not gonna happen, dude. That shit has got to, and you got to, man, it in and out for sure. Like, but
Right.
But do I think that was the best look? No. But we shouldn't have been in that fucking situation in the first place.
That's
the
the main thing.
That's the moral of this story. Is you got to fucking handle your business, man.
Totally agree with that. But just for me, it was just more of, like we talked about before, like this relentless, like hammering it through Pascal Siakam, because like they're like, well, he's got the max contract, he's our franchise or whatever. It's like, yeah, but like Tim Duncan's the greatest, like one of the top 10 players of all time, right? Like he didn't take the last shot of every Spurs game.
No.
You know what I mean? They dominated for 2 decades. Like there's just, when Jordan and the Bulls beat, I think it was the Phoenix series title, it was John fucking Paxson. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Steve Kerr knocked out Utah, right? Like it's like you got to pass the fucking ball, and like they don't do that anymore. And it's exactly like it was with Dwayne Casey. It's just driving me goddamn insane. That's all.
Okay, so I mean, it's a fucking. We're mad at Nick Nurse, kind of.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
This is what
100%
this is, and it's weird
Yes.
to. It's
And
easier to get mad at your fucking players than it is.
But
as
it is.
your
We
coach,
would
right?
never. You look at our check our receipts. We don't shit on Siakam. Like maybe we've made a couple jokes, like yeah, trade for Harden or whatever. But it's like all of our shit's like, buddy, we believe in you. Go for it. Because I do. I think he's awesome. Like I think. He's
I don't know how many times I gotta fucking say this. I own the guy's jersey.
No, exactly.
I wear his
Exactly.
fucking name on my back. I love that man.
Exactly. But to suggest that it's like it has to, it
Dude,
just
you
drives me goddamn insane.
We're just calling it like we see it. That's all we're doing. And what makes me fucking angry about Twitter is people will shove a box score in your face. Like, don't. I watch the fucking games, dude.
Exactly. I know.
I don't need to see the box score. I understand the significance of what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
And also, listen, he got a triple double. That's fucking great. It is.
And he fucking played great, man.
played great.
But he did miss the last shot, and that's
He
what
missed
we're
the last
talking
shot,
about.
and he's been doing it since the bubble. Like anytime, and it's not his fault. Again, like we're saying necessarily because they're forcing this shit on him, and it's so frustrating. Like it's like call a play, call a goddamn play,
Do something, yeah.
and it's again. CJ,
Is this on Chris Finch?
I don't know, man. Someone's got to fucking fix some shit
Something weird, like I don't know what's going on with Kyle. Like he when he was out for personal reasons, he came back.
And he was rattled. He wasn't in it. He said,
Fred had to fucking yell at him.
Yeah.
Fred yelled at him before the fourth quarter, told him to wake the fuck up. We got to go, man.
"Yeah,
That's weird.
it is. It's very weird." And again, Sam Fred could be the first option. He's leading the team, and he's
In fucking heart, that's for sure.
yeah, but he's the leading scorer anyway. You know, so like to suggest that they can't develop a play for him at the end of the game. And then, but again, it's like other teams know it's going to. Everybody knows. Everyone knows. And then he, for the most part, misses, and everyone's like, "Don't leave him alone, man. He got a triple double." And it's just like, I'm not even mad at the guy. Like I in the tweet that I put out, I was like, I love him. I think because I do, and I think he'll be an all-star for years to come. But like, for the love of Christ,
You just got to put guys in positions to succeed, and we just don't think that at the end of the games we're giving Pascal the best chance to succeed. Like that's all it is. Like
exactly.
We're it's I don't know, man. Whatever. I don't know what something weird happened this year where you're not allowed to criticize the team.
It's so true. That is such a thing.
This was never a thing. We've been doing this. By the way, we've been doing this fucking podcast for 8 years, and we're not fucking. I don't know who needs to hear this. Just if you're a new listener, we're not fucking bandwagon fans, dude.
Oh, the guy, yeah, no, no one.
I was in the goddamn Sky Dome when we beat fucking Jordan, okay? I was there, son, in the Sprite Zone. I was there.
Yeah, I went to a game in the Dome as well.
Yeah, like it's this is new thing that's happening on Twitter where you're not allowed, like,
It's insane.
this is the team we love. This is what this fucking podcast is about. It's about talking about the team, criticizing the team, giving the team love. No fan should sit back and be like, yeah, it's a sunny day tomorrow. Don't worry,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine.
We're
no.
2-8. Don't worry though. We're the best
Moral
team that's 2-8.
victories.
It's like,
And
no,
we are better than a record, but guess what, man?
we're still 2-8.
The record fucking counts. Like you gotta win these. You gotta win these games, dude.
Yeah.
Your moral, how your heart, your soul feels good. It doesn't matter, dude. You gotta score more points than other fucking team.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and who cares? It is Twitter, but like again, like, oh, look at the Game 6 shot. And it's like that's not. I mean, that has nothing to do with closeout shot. Like, and again, but it also
And by the way, we were like you were just commenting on the last
yes.
second walk off shot. That's all. You don't. We know. We watched the games. Pascal was great,
Yeah, he's amazing.
but he should not have taken the last shot. Is what you were saying.
Exactly. Just for his own sake and for the team's sake, it's just like I guess what my real frustration is and we talked about it last week, and now it's just being amplified because he missed 2 game winners in these 4 games. It's just they just keep ramming the plays through him, and it's supposedly because he's the franchise player now, and he's getting paid the most, which is fucking psychotic to me. That is psychotic. And even you again look at Game 6 when they won the goddamn NBA championship. I think, what did Kawhi Leonard have, like 24 points?
Something like that.
He's one of the greatest players of all time. He only had 24 points. But everyone else, like 3 other guys had 20 or 22, and we fucking, like, that's what San Antonio did for 2 goddamn decades. Like, and that's what the Raptors were doing.
San Antonio's still doing it, by the way. They're still playing. They're playing good still.
Bring back DeRozan. That's all.
Dude, what is crazy is before DeMar left, we're using Siakam exact same way. Good or bad, good, like he's a point forward. I mean, DeMar's a guard, but he was playing. You know, he was like our secondary fucking point guard a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
We're doing that. Siakam is he's just taking that DeMar role. It's like, this is what, dude, we're gonna run a lot of the offense as he should. He should be going basket to basket because that's where he's strongest in transition.
100%.
And with a head of steam running. Like he's not.
100%.
He does not thrive. And I don't know what fucking Rico Hines did to OG and Siakam, or I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if the problem is Nurse. I don't know if it's Chris Finch. I don't know if they're like, because part of me feels this way, Barry, is we're not going to win the championship this year.
Well,
as constructed, right?
okay.
I think we said that at the beginning. Like
That's-
if we don't do anything, we're not going to win. I think
That's
that's safe to say. It's a realist view of the team. So maybe that's kind of in everyone's soul, and they're like, "Fuck it, give Pascal the fucking ball every single chance you can, and let him figure it out, and hopefully, the defeats don't fucking crumble his brain."
That again, that's like we talked about this last week. I think it has, like, because how could it not shake anyone's confidence if you're constantly being forced to take important shots even when you're struggling, and they're like, no, man, we're paying you fucking, and it's like, yo, you're also paying Fred VanVleet a ton of money, like you're also paying Kyle Lowry with $30 million, like there's just
But dude, there's a lot of it too, because it might have been Pascal being like, "Give me the fucking ball."
could be.
Which is, dude, if you're on that level of belief in yourself and that kind of confidence, all for it, man. And if you can shake this shit off,
Can he though? Like this has been going on for 6 whatever months now.
We'll
you
see.
know?
We'll see how he comes out the next game, right?
And you're right though. You just said it's like not even the frustration's not even with Siakam because it's not. It's just the fact that it's just like why we may as well have Dwayne Casey again.
I think what collectively we're all feeling is we were not ready to be this fucking bad this soon. Like that's what it is, dude. Like
really
we were good for so fucking long. We've been good for like 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our team's been really fucking good for
and kept getting better, progressively
8 years.
better.
Yeah. We're climbing them now.
But they were second in the league last year.
We reached the top of the mountain. And fucking some erosion has happened, and we're like, oh boy, that peak is it's not as wide as we thought it was, and maybe we're not ready to fucking be 2-8 because we're not. We're losing. Everyone's losing their fucking minds. Twitter's an insane place.
It's crazy. One of my favorite things was like, oh, I even text you because I was just like, as soon as I replied to Casey,
You hated yourself immediately.
I was like,
yeah.
because we never do that just because for this specific reason. Like, not, it could be anybody, but it's just like, oh, it just opens the floodgates. And then I remember because Isaiah Thomas tweeted, he's like, yo, like, I don't know, like whatever. It's like you got to be able to create your shot. Basically, is what he was saying, but he said it in a cooler way.
Yeah,
and then
he said it actually more of a dick way. I was actually kind of fucking angry. He's like, oh, "That's for a hooper." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
come on.
Okay, yeah.
Come on, Isaiah.
But it's like, and then everyone's like, "You fucking with Siakam, like hit Game 6 winner," and it's just like, but it's like, oh, he's kind of got a point. Like maybe he's being a dickhead, and he's not delivering. And again, like that Game 6 shot is exactly the fucking point. Because the ball didn't go to Kawhi Leonard. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of all of this shit. And
yeah, it's a smoke screen, man. You assume the ball is going to Kawhi Leonard because why fucking wouldn't? And it did not. So you're
exactly
boom, shot goes in,
done.
Free throws the rest of the fucking
John
time.
Paxson, Steve Kerr, Manu Ginobili. You know,
shout out to fucking Manu.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't gotta like.
I think what Isaiah was saying when he said hooper is guards. That's what he's saying. He's with someone with like. He's just talking about guards, man. Because in your brain, the guy taking that last second shot, watching the clock, dribbling, watching it. Okay, 3 seconds. Now we're going. Boom, boom, boom. Pull up. That's your Devin Bookers. That's your Bradley Beals. That's your, even DeMar DeRozan to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So you don't really look at Siakam like that. That kind, like I said, it's not a fucking Rico Hines goddamn run, man. At a Lifetime Fitness, like he's not going to be busting guys down off the dribble.
No,
he's not that kind of player. He's getting there. His handle, everything. He's getting there. But are we force feeding this motherfucker this every single time for good or bad? I don't know. But maybe, I'm also down if that's what we're doing, and he's mentally strong enough to deal with the horrible dips. In confidence that must instill. Like I'm all for it. Let's fuck it. Tank without tanking. Then, like
I mean, yeah, that's like basic. We don't want to that like his development trying to make him a closer more important than winning. Like now it might be that we're 2-8. Maybe it is. Yeah, I can be down with that. But it's just like again, it started in the bubble. It was like so evident in the Boston series, and then obviously to start. And he's an amazing player, and he's fucking great. But it's like. Look at every time the Raptors won or any team that's ever won, it's never one dude.
Yeah.
It just it's driving me goddamn insane. That's all.
It's just because he's the past stretch of 4 games he's looked good, man. Like
yeah,
it's like
he's
Pascal.
Great. That Phoenix game when they lost, I was like, yo, he's back, man.
This kid is back.
Yeah, love him. Love him. That's the other thing is I love the man. Like I think he's an extremely good basketball player.
Dude, he's back, and you know what he's not back like what he was not known for when he was here? Hitting fucking isolation game-winning shots. That's never what he was doing. Like, what are we talking about, guys?
Exactly.
He's not that fucking player.
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. So someone else tweeted at the Isaiah Thomas tweets are like, Pascal's not clutch, a thread. And then they started like putting like up like whatever gifs and highlights, but it was like the Raptors playing the Knicks, and there's like 1:04 left, and the Raptors are up 2, and he hit a 3, and he's like clutch. And then like the Raptors, there's like 30 seconds left, and like he drove to the lane and got a bucket to put them up 1, and he's like bingo or whatever. It's just like this is because what are we talking about?
There's
here?
a difference between like clutch scoring and walk-off game winners are not the fucking same thing, guys.
Not even close. Anyway,
You got a ball in your hand, win or lose, and you go home. It comes off your fingertips, win or lose. That's what
Yes.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not talking about there's still time to go. Now we're in a good position to close this out.
No, I know. We're not talking about fourth quarter scoring. You know, like,
No, yeah, no. We're not,
I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I was like it just broke me because it's been building up for a while, and I just it drives me. It's Dwayne Casey shit again, and Dwayne Casey drives me goddamn insane.
yeah.
Even though he's apparently one of the nicest people.
Pound
on
the rock,
planet.
man. Pound that fucking rock till your hand bleeds. It's not going to make a difference.
We got two. Thing
The
two.
fans in Tampa again can continue to suck, for lack of a better term.
They're just not our fans.
No, yeah,
That's all. They're people living in Tampa or born and raised in Tampa. And why the hell would you care about the Raptors?
we were talking about this, and we've noticed on this West Coast trip is there's teams like Golden State, for instance, whatever, that have the video screen fans again. Does this not seem like an ideal situation for a franchise that is away from their home city? And then you could have Raptors fans on the frickin'
Do more bubble shit.
yes.
Do more bubble shit. Like,
just seems
get
like
the
a-
screens up, man. That's what we don't. It's so weird to see empty arenas like tarped off, like like the fucking Blue Jays when they don't sell out games, like they tarp off a whole section, right? It looks. That's what it looks like.
It really does.
And I mean, that is what it is. Like you're not selling tickets because you're not allowed to sell tickets, but I assume they have some deal where like that's why they got there, and like whatever arena it is, they get that
The revenue?
little
Yeah, for sure.
bump in
They
revenue,
must,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
But now, kick those motherfuckers out. I say bring in the boars, man. Get
What?
Nav Bocce on the fucking screen.
Yeah, perfect. What better reason?
See what Stripes is doing. I haven't heard from that guy. 905 starting up again.
All of them. Just feels like it is absolutely the perfect scenario where you would want to use digital fans. you know?
Yeah, I mean, like even Duncan Robinson, right? Like he was on a podcast and he literally said he feels bad for the Raptors. And when you're in the league, when you go to Toronto, that it's gonna be loud as a bitch, and it's gonna be these guys are crazy, right? The fans are nuts.
Yeah.
There's 20 fucking thousand people outside the goddamn arena. It's crazy. So these guys are going to Tampa Bay and seeing Kyle Lowry get fucking booed at the free throw line. They're like, "This, damn son,
Yeah. Shout out to
what
Duncan.
happened to you guys?"
Yeah.
And apparently, this was when Miami was shooting free throws, and a fan was just talking shit, I guess, and Fred VanVleet was like, "Shut the hell up and put your fucking mask on." And they got a big laugh from all the guys on the court. They like that, and shout out to Fred, man. God,
How can you not want that guy taking the last shot,
Yeah,
man?
he's got balls, man. Bet on yourself.
That's hilarious, though. And shout out to Duncan Robinson for the respect. Thank you for that, Duncan.
Yeah, shout out to Duncan. Dude, you know what I noticed is this is I don't know why this is on my brain, but Pascal's been wearing the same shoes for past 4 games.
I've
Black,
noticed
the
that.
black KDs. Normally he switches. He always wears KDs.
Okay.
But I think he found a groove, and he's like, I got the black ones on. Missed one game winner, put them on the next day, missed another. So we'll see.
Man, but if you take those 2 game winners away, he's had a great road trip.
Dude, even with the fucking game winners, it wasn't his fault. It should never have come down to
Yeah, well, that's
save
true.
us, fucking Pascal.
I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, all of that should have never happened in the first place. But he's been awesome. Like,
Especially Portland, man. That honestly was a fucking super bad loss.
I was in a very dark place after that.
Yeah, and then you fucking anytime you go down on Twitter, I was like, oh, this guy's in a rough area here.
Man, I couldn't.
Listen, the pandemic's getting the best of all of us.
It really is.
We got thing 3.
As we are recording this, it is Tuesday evening. Kyrie Irving still under investigation. Hasn't been anything confirmed yet or whatever, but Woj is saying so basically, we all know he attended a massive party.
He went to his dad and his sister's 30th birthday party. I mean, his dad is not 30, but his sister is.
Maskless, though, right? Like, there's a video of him maskless.
Kyrie thinks the earth is flat. You think he's wearing a mask?
That's fair. So Woj is reporting at the time of this podcast, if Kyrie is found to have violated the league's health and safety protocols, he's facing a proportional game reduction, 1/81.6th of his salary. So it'd be $410,000 a game.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he would forfeit that money for every game lost because of a mandated isolation, League is probing the video now. Son of a bitch.
That's amazing. World Wide Wobe there is a snitch. He put together the full video, found out the venue. Yeah, he was here.
Who did that?
World Wide Wobe.
Who's World Wide Wobe?
Twitter.
Oh, Rob Perez.
Rob Perez.
Got you. Yeah, I just saw that. My bad.
Wobe.
I will say it's great for my fantasy basketball team because I have Karis LeVert.
Well, that's good for you. Imagine
So-
all the people that got Kyrie on their fucking fantasy team.
I'm enjoying.
Hey, I'll be the first to say I was fucking super wrong about the Nets. That's my bad. I thought, I thought if you say you're gonna come play basketball, you're gonna come play basketball, and he's not. So that's my bad.
Same thing. I thought him and next to KD was like, that's just lock it up. It's over.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But here we are.
Like, just need other guys to play a little bit of defense, and they'll fucking win a lot of games. But if Kyrie, I don't know, man. Kyrie's he's a good man. I know that. Like, his heart is in a good place. But it's just like, I don't know, man. This is a bigger conversation. This is like what James Harden is doing right now. Like, James Harden is not playing hard, or he does not give a fuck. And I'm all like, this is a players' league. Players should make a shit ton of money, but at some point we got to talk about how contracts are contracts. When you sign a fucking contract, you signed a fucking contract, man. That
There's
goes
gotta
for
be an
Kyrie. That goes for like, and it's weird when you demand a trade. Like, I get it, Harden. Like, that dude's he's like a fucking Trump backer. Tillman is.
Oh, yeah, Tillman. Yeah.
Yeah, the owner. Not James.
It's like, James, fucking where are you?
But do you remember that James wore that fucking the Blue Lives Matter fucking mask and he didn't know?
But that's the best. He's just like, yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
And then when they asked him when the stuff was going on in Capitol Hill, they're like, what did you think about happening in Washington? He goes, I didn't see it.
Didn't
It's
see it.
like,
I love it. But he also like this was years ago. When they first asked him, he said, I didn't see it. It was something regarding something else. But Young Thug of all people. Young Thug's a rapper. He was like, yo, James Harden's my brother, and that dude don't have no internet or no nothing.
Listen, he's living his goddamn life.
Dude, James Harden just plays basketball and fucking goes to strip clubs. That's all he does, man.
He's doing things on his terms.
I don't know, man. I fucking love Kyrie Irving. I really do. I like that guy a fucking shit ton. But at some point, dude, like, enough is enough, man. Like, you guys have title aspirations. It's not a fucking joke. You got the team. You got the personnel.
Yeah.
You got the coaches. What's going on? Like, what are you doing?
Also, speaking, you mentioned his good stuff, because he does not get recognized for the good stuff he does. I will say that in his defense.
No, I mean, well, all you see is Kyrie fucking, talking
Slander.
about the Earth being
Yeah.
flat, like him saging the arena, and like.
So just like a quick little thing here, he donated $323,000 to combat food insecurity amid the pandemic. He donated $200,000 Beyond Burgers to the NYC Food Bank. He committed $1.5 million to support WNBA players who opted out of the 2020 season. And we've talked about this in the past. He produced that Say Her Name Breonna Taylor special that was calling for action. So that is the one thing I will say in the man's defense. He never gets, not never, but he rarely gets credit for the good stuff he does. But he also said the world was flat. So, here we are.
Yeah,
That's kind of what happens when you say the earth is flat.
He's a complicated dude, man, and like, this is again where Twitter is like very weird, where it's like it's very polarizing. Like, people are like, he's a fucking weirdo, and other people are like, he's a good man. You don't know, blah blah blah. I'm like, we're just talking about, listen, off court shit is off court shit. All right, you get paid to fucking play basketball, and you are missing games because you went to a party for your dad and your sister. What the fuck are we talking about, guys?
And you're getting franchise money too. So you're like,
You're Kyrie Irving.
You're integral. You're extremely important to that team winning. Like, they've invested more money in you than others because you're more important because you're a better basketball player. Mm-hmm. So you got a little more responsibility. Well, you're getting paid for that responsibility.
Like, you're not allowed to do that. And it was agreed to when you came into the season.
But also, just in society in general, none of us are supposed to be doing that shit.
Let alone a man that would be recognized anywhere in the fucking in North America. Anywhere you go, we know that's Kyrie Irving without a mask, especially if you're not wearing a mask. And now they don't know when he's gonna be back. Like, absolutely find this motherfucker. You have to find him. What are we talking about?
It's not good.
You're breaching your contract.
It's not good. Like
You left
said,
fucking KD off a Achilles fucking tear to hold down the ship by himself.
he left Golden State for this. He left the Warriors.
Spencer Dinwiddie's fucking leg blew up. They need your help, bro. Buddy, Steve Nash is putting a fucking jersey on. Let's go. Let's go, Steve.
Thing 4 for the thing 4.
So Terrence Davis is still on the team.
Yeah, hitting some shots too, man. I'm not
He's
gonna
hitting
lie.
some shots.
God damn it.
He's playing well, and it's still uncomfortable and awkward.
Yep. As it, I hope you feel uncomfortable.
Oh God, yeah.
He's in trial right now, like for a heinous fucking crime.
Yes. So understandably, it's uncomfortable, but he's still on the team. And last week, Doug Smith actually put out an article with the Toronto Star, an opinion piece talking about Terrence Davis, and he was kind of like, he's on the team, so he's on the team, but he made some really good points that is actually kind of changing my opinion of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
In the article, he's like, listen, if you seriously think this organization in particular, this organization that showed up to the bubble with Black Lives Matter slapped across the side of their bus, who has Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster, and this organization, it's like, if you honestly think they didn't unturn every stone and do thorough background on all of this shit, A, they did or they didn't, and then B, they did, and you think if they found anything, they would let this happen? Like, he's like, if you think that, there's nothing I can tell you. But you got to trust this president that we think is God and has been up to this point. You think he's going to let someone who beats a woman and child? We got to give him, I would say Masai Ujiri, I'm not talking about Terrence Davis, the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That the guy is going to do his due diligence, and he's not going to be like, yeah, no, he's a pretty good undrafted player, guys. We shouldn't let him go.
Keeps hitting those threes and he keep hitting these women. I'm sure they're not thinking that, dude.
Yeah, like, so I kind of, after I read that, I was like, that he makes a pretty good point.
We're just so fucked all across the board. We're all mentally and like our hearts are all weird because at the same time, we're criticizing this guy for the roster, but it's like, yes, we trust him, right? We know something's
exactly.
So it's on all. You gonna trust the guy on all fronts or not? What are we doing here?
It doesn't make sense that they would be this progressive in terms of like, policy and everything, but this thing would slide. What?
Yeah, it's not like he's a big and we need him bad. Like
like
a center, what we need.
Exactly. He's a bench player.
Yeah,
There was a rookie. It's not
undrafted.
even-
Yeah,
So
found him in the garbage.
exactly. So I kind of, after reading that article, I was just like, you know what? You got to give the organization the benefit of the doubt, because then you can't see them messing this up. Like, it would be so uncharacteristic.
And glaringly fucking a disaster, like an optic and moral disaster.
Yeah, terrible on so many fronts, and it just is not in line with anything that's been the franchise for the past ever. Got to think they did their due diligence and probably didn't find anything that they thought warranted.
Yeah, or they know shit that we don't know, and they're keeping the kid around and letting him play. So you gotta trust the big guy.
Have to.
You
have
really
to.
do talk like Masai Ujiri is. He's a Toronto basketball god for sure.
He 100% is, like, to the point where their team's what it is right now, and I'm like, yeah, no, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, Mister, thing 5.
All right, this is easily the most important thing we've done, and maybe in 8 seasons of the podcast. And we're taking this seriously. So we went down the Mary Brown's route last week,
Fantastic.
and just can't say enough good things about
10
Mary
out of
Brown's
10.
chicken. She's the queen. Queen Mary Brown.
Mary's
By the
the-
way, Mary Brown, not verified on Twitter. Had a bit of a problem with that. With that. Yeah.
Last time this happened was and 1, and look at them now. Hang in there, Mary.
They are not the and one of chicken.
No,
all right. They
no,
are
they
like the
are not.
Nike, Adidas,
Yeah, top notch.
pick a shoe.
Ferrari of chicken.
Exactly. So this week we went after I would say the legendary Popeyes chicken, and we go big or go home. We're saying Mary Brown's the top dog, and we genuinely felt like she was last week. We're like, let's get some big boys in here, and we had Popeyes.
Title fight, man.
Yeah, and just to set the regulations here, we kept it the same. So it was like couldn't be spicy or anything. Had to be the standard chicken sandwich. Mary Brown's combo last week, Popeyes chicken this week. Popeyes is goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
It is extremely good. Okay, the Popeyes,
And it's halal.
Hell of a fight. Didn't know it was halal.
Oh yeah,
Another thing there.
you're going to heaven.
Let's do it. Okay. First of all, how would you rate Popeyes on its own? Not comparing to Mary Brown's. Just Mary,
As a long-standing chicken sandwich eater at Popeyes, before they brought this new one in, I liked the old one. I really did.
Okay.
It's a different bun. You know, it wasn't the brioche bun that this new bad boy was in.
Yeah.
And it was always good. It was that and Wendy's that I would always go to. Like those were kind of interchangeable. Like, you know, you get them hot and fresh, equally delicious, both of them. But this new one, this is some next level fucking chicken sandwich. I don't know what they're giving, what steroids they're giving to these chickens, but that's a big breast.
Keep doing it.
That is double D titty chicken. That is a big breast.
Yes.
Succulent, delicious. I fucking love it, man. I do think it's a little bit more greasy than Mary Brown's, so I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And I will say, we don't need fucking pickles on chicken sandwiches. We don't need pickles.
Whoa, let's pump the
But
brakes.
I'd
there.
rather lettuce.
No. I would.
Coleslaw.
Oh yeah, coleslaw. I mean, now we're.
When we get to the gourmets,
Jesus
Barry, in the
Christ.
coming weeks, you're gonna look back on these days like the Dark Ages, like
Okay. All right.
before
I-
electricity.
I agree with everything you just said. Except the pickles thing. I don't know what your problem is with
No,
pickles, but
pickles are disgusting.
It's a problem. It was amazing. The only thing I will say, and I would also go like 9.5, is I did have a bit of a grease feeling after. Not a lot. Very little. Very little. Like, no, we're not talking KFC level.
No. But
Shit your pants.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But a hint.
Yeah,
I'll say a
you-
hint of it.
you feel your stomach. You're like, oh, you're working a little hard.
Exactly. A hint. Yeah. Like, yeah. I didn't just eat a salad.
Right. You felt that.
I did not feel any of that after Mary Brown's.
No, I could have eaten 5 of them and
Easily.
and gone for a jog.
No problem.
Smoked a half pack of Belmonts, buddy. Go for a run.
We had the Cajun fries that it comes with.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yep.
Also very good. Again, a little under
The wedges.
the wedges that came with Mary Brown's.
Yeah, and I'm not okay. Listen, this is before we consider the fries. What's your top fry? Fast food only.
Whew.
I'm not talking about fucking duck confit fries or nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
No, that's. I mean, why would you even ask me that? I mean, I hate to say it just because it's so cliche, but McDonald's fries.
By far, no, that's not cliche. It's the right answer, Barry.
Okay, all right.
It's McDonald's. McDonald's is the fry standard for whatever reason. You know, cooked in fucking crack.
That could be it, and I'm not going to tell them to stop.
So comparing Popeye's fries, like the wedges at Mary Brown's, it's a different thing. We're not even talking fries anymore. We're talking wedges.
Yeah,
That shit's quarter of a potato per
yeah,
wedge.
You're right. You're
Right?
right.
So
That's
it's not even
true.
the same mouthfeel. It's not. It's a different experience. But fries, Popeyes takes a hit, man. Like
What do you
the Cajun fries, not.
No, not in terms of fries. Okay, I see. Oh, okay,
I'm not.
I see.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not. I'm not
gotcha.
on board with the
I got you.
Cajun fries at
Right.
Popeyes.
I mean, I would say they're good enough to accompany the chicken sandwich. You know, the chicken sandwich is so good that it's like you almost don't need a side. Let's
No.
be real here. But it's fine. You're just like, yeah, these are good. These are acceptable. I will enjoy these while I have this amazing chicken sandwich. But I think what we're both saying though is Mary Brown still has the title,
Still has the crown.
and for sure we're a bit biased. At least I know I am because they are the team sponsor this year, and I believe they're Canadian, right? Like
I
they're
believe so. Yeah.
only one Toronto location, which is the most Canadian shit ever. We're just like, fuck you, Toronto.
Fuck you, Toronto. Yeah.
But it's close. It's not. I mean,
I know. I honestly. Like you gotta look into like you eat a chicken sandwich. How do you feel after? It should be in more consideration.
yes.
Like the hour following the meal, how you feel, how your body's doing. That's very important. And Mary Brown's, it felt fucking good. I was ready to go.
It felt like we ate a healthy meal.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have. There was no food additives. Like we ate natural food.
Yeah.
And Popeyes for me was the first fried chicken I ever had, fast food especially, that I didn't feel like shit after. It blew my fucking mind. I was like, this is the greatest.
The original sandwich.
Yeah,
Or just the chicken.
or just the chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there was a time when you and I and a friend of the show, Arthur Simeon, every time we did a show, would get Popeyes after.
Yeah.
Like that was
Oh, yeah.
that was more important than the show, to be honest. But it blew my fucking mind. I was like, you can have fried chicken from a fast food place and not want to kill yourself. after?
Halal,
Like,
baby.
got to be. Here's the other thing, though, and it's almost like I'm like, oh, we kind of went backwards because I don't even know what we can get next week that can compare to Popeyes. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I'm like, oh, well, that was we just took the number one contender at her.
Hey, man.
But I mean,
The Colonel's in a gym right now training. He's ready. He wants his title shot.
Colonel is not going to come fucking close to Mary Brown.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to go up a weight class then, Barry. I think it's gonna be Mary Brown's against PG Clocks next week.
Okay, we still got the spicy chicken too from Wendy's.
But that's like the GOAT. Like that's that one's got to come out of retirement to fight Mary Brown's.
I mean, let's.
That's a fucking 50-year-old Mike Tyson coming out of retirement. Oh, wait. We gotta set this straight here, right?
Okay.
Wendy's is in the Hall of Fame already. This is what we're saying.
The spicy chicken?
The spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. Number 6 combo, I believe, is what I always would get. And then you get a JBC on the side, you know? Wash it down with it.
This is good that you're bringing this up. Because to me, we should almost, like, what is our, what are we looking for here? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we just looking for a good chicken sandwich? Like, what's our criteria, I guess is what I'm saying. You know? So I would say right now, obviously, it's how you feel after, I think is probably our number one.
Huge, yeah.
Because you can make a delicious chicken sandwich that...
Shit right after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's priority number one. Should we eat... And maybe we shouldn't be. Maybe we shouldn't be bringing in the fries.
The sides?
Like, I don't know. Because Wendy's fries is not going to compare to either Popeyes or... we got to eliminate that shit, I think.
Just a sandwich.
I think it's just got to be the sandwich. What are we doing? Let's, focus. What are we doing here?
And
so, yeah.
Okay. And well, I guess there should be a price thing.
Price, yes.
We can fuck around. Because PG Clucks, we're over $10 here. We're getting $12.
Okay, that's
$12 a sandwich. But we're getting it.
Okay.
That's I'm telling you, that's up a weight class. That's some next shit.
Okay. So price, how you feel after. I would like, of course, taste is going to be number one.
Taste is always number one.
Always number one. But so many chicken sandwiches taste delicious. I think we all know that as human beings. So price, how you feel after, and what was the third thing?
Taste.
That's it? 3?
Price, taste, and how you feel after.
Okay.
I think that those 3 we can...
The sides get thrown out. We should not be talking about the sides.
We're not talking, no more sides.
But by the way, Mary Brown does have the best sides. Because, this is why I brought it up. Wendy's fries are they're shit, right?
They redid them, but they're still not great. They're still, you're not going to touch McDonald's. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, God, no. Not McDonald's. But I don't even think they would touch Popeyes.
Do you remember when Wendy's used to give you the fries and your own salt? Like, you're like, you fucking salt it yourselves, you idiots. You dummies.
Yeah.
You think we're salting it here?
I didn't give a fuck.
You're listening to Talking Raptors on Raptors Republic. Talking Raptors on Raptors Republic. Thing 7? Not yet. No. Only 6.
Twitter questions. Thank you to everybody who hit us up. We got some good questions. Let's go to the big board here. The first response we got, and it was almost immediate, came from Steven. Shout out to Steven, because he posted that we're going to review the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and he immediately replied on Toonie Tuesday, that's not allowed.
That's hilarious.
KFC Toonie Tuesday.
Respect the Colonel.
What a
You're
great
absolutely right.
Respect to Steven for showing the respect to Toonie
Respectfully.
Tuesday. Yeah. Respectfully. God. Nick Davis.
Shout out to the main event. Yo, bro, I swear to God, I will play you in 2K one day.
Oh, is this? I wasn't even going to read this because he's giving us praise, but now you've said you're showing out.
Oh, don't read it then. Just he knows what's up.
No,
that's my bad, dude. I'm ignoring. I'm not ignoring you. I just I didn't realize the main event was you, someone that has commented on our shit like for years. I just thought you're some fucking random dude, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not playing.
Play the man in 2K.
I will.
Jesus Christ.
My bad. Main event.
Especially after you hear what he says here, he goes, obviously there's a bit of tongue in cheek here, but he's like, how are we Raptor fans so lucky to have the best comedians sports podcast around? No, really. How did all this start? Stop it, Nick.
You're too kind.
You're too kind. By the way, play them in a fucking 2K.
I will.
Listen to what you just said.
Will. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to butter me up here, Nick? Nicky?
Yeah. By the way, Nick, I could have used you last night when I was getting lit up for saying that.
Yeah, you know what? Our fans are real quiet, eh? When shit goes sideways for us, real quiet when we need help.
Josh, what are the top 5 things to do in Tampa? If you're having a hard time thinking of 5, then what is the top 1 least depressing thing to do in Tampa? Pretty sure I mentioned this when I was in Tampa, that it was all... I've never seen so many I don't even know how to describe it. Like kind of like warehouses, but like those shitty strip malls. I guess they were kind of, but it would be like
Orpheus Road. Everything looks like Orpheus
yeah,
Road.
exactly. And it
With
was
palm
all
trees.
like sex shit
That's
and
what they
fireworks.
do. That's what they doing out in Tampa.
Like
Just fuck-
like dildo warehouses,
Dildos and fireworks.
fireworks, and strip clubs.
Oh,
So if
I
you
love
like
it.
any of those, if you like fireworks, sex toys,
Get yourself a fucking strap on and a Roman candle. Have a good fucking time in Tampa Bay.
get the fuck down to Tampa because they're waiting
Let's
for
go
you.
Rays.
Get yourself a burning schoolhouse. Check out Vinny LeCavalier and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
A burning schoolhouse, buddy. One of the worst fireworks ever.
Yo, that was easily the worst.
Buddy.
You never see it. You're just like,
Well,
what
that's
is-
just you're just burning a box, like a
Yeah.
cardboard box, right?
And
You're
like,
I
oh,
don't,
that's my school. And
I
like,
don't even think there's gunpowder in this. You
There's
just
nothing.
set a box. They just sold you a box.
This guy's, I don't know what his Twitter handle, Malachi Flynn, Rookie of the Year campaign manager. That's fucking great.
Malachi himself.
Yeah. Will Patrick McCaw save us? If he can play center,
Yeah.
go for it.
Did he grow?
Marcelino, I mean, I say this each week because he's nice enough to ask a question, and then I don't know how to
Say his name.
say his last name.
You didn't watch enough soccer growing up. That's the problem.
I definitely did not. Marcelino, how are you guys feeling about the missed shots? Is it okay to feel okay about it or be mad because it shouldn't even get to that due to the double-digit lead evaporating? Yeah, I think, as we said, it shouldn't even get to that.
You should never have. You should never have got to that. That is an indictment on the team. And
Yes.
that is
And I
not
think
good.
I've made my point.
Yeah, we covered that. Let's not fucking start another Twitter. I don't want my fucking phone blowing up for no reason.
Yeah. Ugh, never reply to tweets.
Respectfully,
That was like the only thing I could, because I
it's the
was
funniest thing ever.
about to fucking snap.
Yeah, it makes me laugh.
I was like,
And then the people that replied respectfully back, you're like, I'll fucking fight everybody.
oh yeah. But there were some. But that's the thing though, is like it's such because there were some normal
Good
replies.
answers. Yeah, we
and
ain't
the
trying
one
to
dude
fight
showed the
nobody.
Phoenix thing, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the Phoenix. That's one.
We're not. We're not fucking animals, dude. We'll listen. Like
Exactly.
we will
But it's
listen.
this psychopaths that lose their fucking minds. Like,
Don't attack our character for God's sakes.
yeah.
We are not the ones. I don't give a fuck about this podcast. I will. Yeah, that's what people. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll burn Raptors Republic to the ground. I got the password. I'll destroy this whole shit.
Friend of the podcast, Arthur Simeon, who mentioned we used to do, or I mean, you guys still do shows together, but
That was
always
so sad. We used to do shows.
I know.
Yeah, when I had a career.
When there's a-
when the
live entertainment was a thing. But
Yeah.
whenever the three of us did shows, we had Popeyes after, and he also replied extremely quickly when I mentioned the Popeyes.
oh,
sandwich.
that man is a we've had a lot of 3 a.m. chicken sandwiches. Me and Arthur, and all three of us had a lot of road trips eating chicken in cars.
Absolutely. He replied quick. He goes, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. I've been patiently waiting for this. I'll start with texture, then lean into temperature and presentation before delving into the flavor and wrapping up with suggestions on how to improve on perfection. A thread. He didn't do a thread, though.
No, that's because he
fucking should have.
He just started eating a fucking sandwich. That's why. Couldn't tweet chicken
He
grease
gave
all over
up
his
because he
fingers.
just keeps eating chicken. Yeah. Follow Arthur Simeon though. Just Arthur Simeon. He's one of the best comedians on the planet. He's fucking amazing. Nick Davidson. Whoa, this is big. McDonald's has a chicken McMuffin sandwich, no egg on it.
Yeah, breakfast, right?
Can this legally be considered breakfast?
Depends on what time you wake up.
I guess. A chicken McMuffin sandwich. I didn't know they had that.
Oh yeah, dude. It's just it's literally like the junior chicken breast on an egg English muffin. Fucking mayonnaise, here you go, you fucking idiots. Eat your sandwich. New breakfast.
Doesn't sound bad. Joe Sell, thoughts on starting Boucher and trading Len Baines for competent center? Absolutely start Boucher. I mean, we've been,
Yeah, the first part of your tweet is absolutely. He deserves it, earned it.
I mean, I don't know if can you think of a podcast that talks about Chris Boucher in the off season and in their season premiere? I can think of one.
No, people don't listen to our podcast. They just fucking talk shit on Twitter.
Bro, you bought your girlfriend a goddamn Chris Boucher.
I literally
jersey
bought her-
before the season.
Yeah,
Fuck everybody.
just say that. Yeah. We and
yeah, we're in
we're
on that.
going to fucking San Hubert Chicken. God damn it.
Yeah, and trade Len
We can't trade them because they're horrendous basketball players. No one wants them. We've literally, as a fan base, bullied the fucking Aaron Baines fan account into silence.
I totally noticed that, man. The other day I was like, I haven't heard from them, but there's like
They have not
3
tweeted.
days ago.
Yeah, in like 4 fucking days. Dude, that one person's like hobby is you ruin their fucking.
Dude.
It's like my grandma. She couldn't read anymore because her eyesight went, and she's just sitting at home doing nothing. That's what whoever runs the Aaron. They got nothing to do. He's not even playing games.
Again, just a salute to the Raptors fan base on Twitter.
Bunch of bullies.
Bro, and it also is again to the like psychos, like how we're all psychotic this year. We're like took it out on one of the funniest Twitter accounts in the NBA. We shut it down.
Yeah, shut down.
We're 2-8. Get
Jesus.
the fuck out of here.
Good Lord. No time for jokes.
Yeah. And Len is he's terrible. Like he is so bad.
He's terrible. He's been terrible every fucking year of his career. I honestly, when we signed him, I did not know he was still in the league.
I thought he because that one game when I came over here and I was like, hey man, he had a good first half. He looks all right. And you're like, he's shit.
I immediately was like,
what?
no, don't.
And then
He's so bad.
That inbound play will forever haunt. Like what NBA player fucks up an inbound play after a basket? You know, like when he stepped over the line. Like, what?
Yeah.
How
Nick Nurse has got to figure out these rotations, man.
How the fuck does that happen? Like,
I don't know what's going on, but those guys suck. So we're not going to trade them because no one wants them.
yes. But thank you for the question, Josel. ITM Tennis Academies. What trade target would Masai be looking at? Unrelated. A top 5 pick will be better than almost any free agent we could land. Interesting. I admittedly don't follow a lot of college basketball or, you know.
Not until I don't know shit until the tournament.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Exactly. Especially now.
I mean, I knew LaMelo was going to be good. Fucking called it.
So yeah, maybe but keep seeing that this next draft is stacked. So yeah, maybe a top 5 pick will be better than a free agent we can get. And trade he could be looking for. Yo, I'll take Bradley Beal over James Harden. No, I'm good.
I mean, I don't think like we're not in a position where we're choosing over. I'd take either one of those fucking fine young chaps.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying if you could have.
You know what's gonna be amazing when they get traded for each other and Bradley Beal's back with John Wall and wants to kill himself.
That's so funny. That is so funny. That would be such a great way.
Watch that shit, man. Something's gonna happen.
That's
Like
so
eventually, Bradley Beal is gonna be like, okay, what's going on here? I please stop wasting my life.
all appreciate the regularity of the podcast so far this season. Listen, the world shuts down.
Is that Enterprise? Is that
Yeah, it's Enterprise.
Yeah, shout out to Enterprise.
We're gonna deliver consistent podcasts. All it takes is a global pandemic, and we'll.
I literally don't have anything to do.
We have nothing to do.
I don't have shows to go to. I
Stuck in the city.
just watch every fucking basketball game I possibly can, and that's about it.
Yisan, is the chicken sandwich the best kind of sandwich?
Ooh.
How about steak and cheese? Meatball sub, lobster roll. I love making sandwiches in the middle of the night, so a grilled cheese is up there for me too. P.S. Chris Boucher, most improved player. Whew. Steak and cheese is absolutely delicious. So is a meatball sub. Lobster roll is pretty good.
No, lobster roll is the shit. That's
You think? Yeah?
Oh my god, one of my favorite things on earth is a lobster. A nice fresh lobster roll.
I don't get the hype behind the lobster roll. Like, I don't.
What?
They're good, but it just doesn't blow my fucking
Do you not
mind.
like lobster?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, that's your problem. Like lobster to me is like that's
Really?
when I was a kid, like I swear to God, you can ask my mother to this day. I make a joke still. I'm 35 fucking years old. Red Lobster. Where do you want to go for your birthday? Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Red Lobster every time.
Really?
Yeah, until I grew up and realized I'm like, oh, Red Lobster's not that great. Like it's a fast food of nice restaurants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can sit down.
Yeah, you can sit down and have a nice meal with
Okay,
a
well,
fucking lobster net right next to you. The decor in Red Lobster is hilarious. There's a marlin on the wall. You guys serve marlin here?
draw on the placemats.
Yeah, and then you get the treasure chest when you're a kid. You get to go pick out your
Hell yeah. No,
fucking little.
it's great.
But they don't have a lobster roll. I don't know why I brought that up. Lobster rolls are great.
Okay.
In fact, when I found out the craze about Mary Brown's in Newfoundland, had some good lobster rolls out there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And not $12 a lobster roll, man.
Well, there you go. Now we're
That's a
getting
good
in there.
price.
So, okay, well, let's break this down. First, he's saying, is the chicken sandwich the best kind of sandwich? I would say I would Steak and cheese is also excellent. Are you a steak and cheese fan?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Just my mom being very brown, I didn't eat a lot of beef or pork growing up, so
Okay.
I'm always a chicken.
Okay.
I always lean towards chicken, regardless of we're very West Indian thing. I think, other than getting some oxtail or something like that. But
I feel you. Meatball sub?
from Mr. Sub, a
Yes,
meatball,
big
not
fan.
Subway.
No,
Subway
no,
is
no.
fucking poison.
Yes.
I can tell you that as someone that worked there when I was 16.
I used to meatball subs. There was a period in my 20s where that was my jam.
Mr. Sub though,
Oh yeah.
throwing some mushrooms on that bitch.
Yes. Big fan.
Nice.
And then lobster roll. Out of those 4 choices, I would put chicken sandwich, yes. Steak and cheese is second, but I couldn't eat as many steak and cheese as I could chicken sandwich. I'll put
And I
it
just
that way.
find chicken sandwiches are more accessible. Everywhere's got a chicken sandwich. Not everywhere's gonna have lobster rolls.
Last question goes to Joe Grow. In order to compete for another championship run and not be an ongoing 5th or 6th seed for the next couple of years, does this roster need a major shakeup, mega trade of some sorts? Can we rely on the young core we have? Well, I mean, that's the question right there.
Yeah. I mean, everything that I can see right now is that's it. That's the whole process that we're doing. Is your team is going to be built around these 3 kids, and whatever this is the year to okay, what else? Who else are we going to add to this core? And it's looking like our fucking Canadian boy Boucher with his catapult shot
Hell yeah.
is is making a case to be part of this young core going forward. Kyle is 34 years old, man, and he's not going to play forever.
Oh, wish you could.
I know, me too, man. But we don't have a center, so I know we got 2 on our team, but they're not
No.
basketball players.
No, they're not.
So it's we're just in a flux of a season. Like it's gonna happen. You can't not try to get Giannis.
No, of course.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
zero regrets.
You
Zero
can't.
regrets.
We are what we are. We're a team, like you said. We're built for cap space.
Mm-hmm.
We're not built to win a championship this year.
No.
But we do have a core group of guys that you can build a championship roster. Not next year. That unless you go out, you're going swinging for a Harden, or you're going, you're getting one of these big guys. Your Kawhi's coming back, or some fucking stupid shit.
Right.
Your core, and then you got to piece in guys that fit, and you got to play team ball and go all the way, man. And if we're hitting the lottery, our we know how to pick guys. We know how to pick
Yes.
guys that aren't anywhere. So
Yeah.
you give us a shot of guys that are properly scouted and to build a team. We're fine.
Thanks to everybody who hit us up on Twitter. That was great. Appreciate it. Shout out to Popeyes. Congrats on the chicken sandwich. It's delicious, and it's lived up to the hype. That's the other thing too. Actually, we could almost kind of consider, but I don't really know, because that chicken sandwich from Popeyes had a shit ton of hype. Like that's like everyone talks about chicken sandwich. That's the go-to.
That shit was like a Kobe sneaker drop. That's how people are fucking trying to get that shit.
Yes. Thanks everybody who hit us up, and let's go Raptors.
Let's keep the moral victories in the corner and keep real victories in our sights. Let's go Raptors.